Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, so I'm happy to see you all on here on a day that's not our typical virtual community day. I'm Rachel McCoy from Fairfield County Board of DD, and I'm part of the Community and Provider Resource Department, or Provider and Community Resource Department, either way. I have Corey Schoonover from Fairfield Area Humane Society on with us this morning, and he's going to talk about all the services that the Humane Society provides and how you can get in touch with him to find out about those services. And if you guys have any questions, it's going to be interactive today, so you don't have to put it in the chat. You can just unmute yourself and ask questions as we go. So, Corey, I'll turn it over to you. Unmute yourself there.
I did, thank you. Morning, everyone. I want to thank Rachel for sucking me into today's chat to follow up from yesterday, and then we're going to do this again tomorrow. So, as she said, my name's Corey. I'm the executive director of the Humane Society. This month, actually, sometime next week is my 10-year anniversary. So I've been here for 10 years. It seems like 100, but that's a good thing because we have a lot of services that we're going to talk about today that I think a lot of the community doesn't realize that we offer. You know, as a private nonprofit, depending on, being dependent on donations and grants, we don't really have a huge marketing budget. So things like these to get out into the community are awesome. We usually focus on Facebook for our advertising, but for the last 2 months, basically Facebook has kicked us out because they decided they couldn't verify I was a real person. So as you guys see, I am a real person, and hopefully we'll get our Humane Society Facebook page access back soon. So the first thing that I want to mention, all of the stuff that we're going to talk about today, you can check out on our website at fairhumane.org, or just Google Fairfield Area Humane Society. So many people figure, hey, this is where I go to adopt a dog or I go to adopt a cat. We're located out here on Granville Pike at 1721, and we share a driveway with the county dog shelter. So there's some misconception that, hey, down below us, that's where you get a dog, up here you get a cat. But we do cat and dog adoptions. We handle all of the cruelty cases in Fairfield County. So just as an example, because we were talking about the weather before we started, the last 3 days, we've removed 2 dogs from hot cars. When you go grocery shopping this time of year and you decide to take your dog and leave it in the car, you're going to show up with your dog missing because we've broken into your car and we've seized your dog. So we handle a lot of those cases, and we're going to discuss adoptions tomorrow. But just to give you an idea, at this point, we take in about 1,200 animals a year, and we're doing over 1,000 adoptions a year. There's some holdovers from year to year, but as we have grown and expanded, and the need for services have become more and more obvious, we've added those as time has gone on. So, in a perfect world, I wouldn't have a job. We wouldn't have cats and dogs needing homes. There wouldn't be anyone here in the shelter. But the idea is, how do we keep animals in their home? And I think a lot of those problems have been solved in our community, specifically because it's expensive to own a pet. Owning a cat or a dog is like having a kid. They're expensive. They get sick. They need to go to the doctor. They need fed. So if you're doing your proper pet care, then you know how expensive it is. So all of our services are geared as low cost. So it's quality care at a low price. A lot of people, when they're like, wow, how do you offer your services so much cheaper than other places? Well, in reality, I use the Walmart saying, I don't need to make a lot of money off of a few people. We just need to make a little bit of money off of everyone. So I think this stretch of time that we've gone through in 2020, where people have lost jobs and have had to cut back, our services have become even more popular. And it's one of those things where, like I said, leading in, we depend on donations and grants. Well, if your income's been cut, you're not going to be donating to nonprofits maybe as much as you used to. So I really tried over the last 10 years to get away from being solely dependent on donations. And this is a perfect example with this COVID-19 stuff. Our services are keeping us afloat because we're not seeing as many donations come in. So actually, it's been probably the craziest 3 months we've had here in terms of services that people are requesting. Adoptions. I think in March we did 130 adoptions. I mean, and a lot of these animals, and we'll get into that, but a lot of these animals aren't coming from our community. I mean, I feel like we have a pretty good handle on spay and neuter services and things like that. So we transferred animals in from other counties. We transfer in over 300 dogs a year from Perry County. We transfer in dogs all the way from Scioto County and down in Portsmouth. So we bring these animals in, we get great support and the adoption part, but the services are huge. So the first one that we can dive into, and the reason that we're discussing them today, is our spay and neuter clinic. We'll talk here for a little bit and answer your questions, and then I'll kind of give you a tour, because right now we have our spay and neuter clinic going on. Rascal unit from Dublin comes down at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. We have 18 of those clinics a year, to where on clinic day we have 50 animals dropped off to us to have their spay and neuter surgery done. So it's a crazy day around here. And then add on the fact that our vet clinic is open for wellness appointments, and we book 36 to 40 of those appointments from 9 to 3:30 every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So spay and neuter, obviously that's huge. I don't know, by show of hands, who lives in a neighborhood with a cat problem. That's me. Rachel, they don't come around your house because you got 2 mean dogs, right? But
yes, Rasta would like to eat cats if they came by, but they don't. Yep.
Same at my house. But so spay and neuter is huge, and Fairfield County is not, Lancaster and Fairfield County are not the only place that has a stray cat problem. It's a nationwide problem. If any of you guys catch commercials, I listen to Spotify, and one of the commercials running right now is 3.5 million cats end up in shelters every year, and 2 million of those are euthanized. And that's really a spay and neuter issue. But when you call around and check prices, if you want to try and it's hard, because you want to try and do the right thing. You have this cat show up, you don't have anywhere to take it, which we take in close to 500 of them a year, by the way. But who wants to pay $200 to have a cat fix that you're just gonna put back outside just so you don't have one cat turn into 20 cats? So with that in mind, we do our spay and neuter clinics. It's $60 to have a cat fix, a surgery, and a rabies shot. Dogs we do for $110. Again, surgery and a rabies shot. And when you compare those prices, we're half, a third of the cost. And we book those things months in advance. Just as an example, we do 30 pack surgeries on these clinics like we have going on today. And that section of the surgery days, we're booking for October already. So it's a big deal. We really have done well in marketing it in terms of getting it out there. Hey, come to us so we can help you with your cats and your dogs. So you'll get a little tour of that going on right now. Anybody have any questions on the spay and neuter while we're on that topic? No? Okay. The wellness clinic. Our wellness clinic is new. We've had that open for a little over a year now, maybe a year and a half. It's not a full service vet clinic, and what I mean by that is we don't offer x-rays. We don't have emergency services. It's really geared towards wellness, and what I mean by that is your annual vaccines. We do blood work. So let's say your dog suffers from seizures, and that requires blood work, medication, updated blood work every 6 months. We offer that type of stuff, but we get down to the basics, heartworm tests, your flea and tick medication, your heartworm medication. If your dog happens to have an ear infection or skin infection, we take care of those type of things. So you can get an appointment. You can come in and get all of your yearly stuff done for your dog for $80. It's a $25 exam fee. We don't charge an office visit fee. So it's really geared towards, and it's open to anyone. It's not income based. So anybody can call in and schedule. And it's been really popular. If you do some price comparison, I mean, our full blood work is $110. I mean, you can't beat any of the prices for what we're doing. And that's, again, geared towards helping people manage their costs with pet ownership and keeping their dogs and their cats in their home. So really cool thing that we're getting ready to start. Actually, our next Monday is the first day. We actually just built and installed a dental suite. So we are going to start offering dentals for dogs. So your basic teeth cleaning, minor extractions, things like that. So there was a need there. Mouth health is probably one of the most important for animals. That you have mouth problems, then that leads to other issues. So keeping a clean mouth, one, they like to lick you in the face, and you don't want stinky, dirty breath licking you all the time. So the dentals is huge. So, and we got a lot of feedback to, kind of pushing the idea of, there needs to be some low cost dental options. So you're talking about blood work, dental cleaning, and the consult all for under $300. So again, price comparison, there really isn't there. It's really no contest. And that's really based on the volume and the work that we're able to do with all these other services. So definitely check that out. fairhumane.org has all of our services posted on there.
I have a quick question about dental.
Yeah.
When they do the wellness visit, do they check their teeth, just look at them, or is that a whole different thing?
So there's a separate dental consult, but let's say you just came in for wellness to get vaccines and everything. The doctor during the exam is going to check the teeth and all of that other stuff. So they might see something and hey, you're going to probably want to schedule with us and have, maybe a more in-depth look at your dog's teeth. So you can determine if, definitely needs a cleaning, or maybe there's a tooth that you have an abscess and it needs an extraction.
Okay.
Cheryl, I saw a question popped up across there. She asked what vet we have. Yeah. We actually have, we have 3 days of clinic hours, and we actually have 3 different vets. Everybody has a full-time job. On Tuesdays, we have Dr. Chris Kitzmiller. A lot of people around here are familiar with him. He used to work part-time at Amanda Animal Hospital with Dr. Forsyth. but he works full-time at Reynoldsburg Animal Clinic. So he's here. He's our Tuesday vet. Our Wednesday vet's Dr. Katrina Halbow. She comes up. She actually has her own vet clinic in Chillicothe. So she has another vet down there. So she comes up and does wellness. What I've found with the vets are they don't really like to work 40 and 50 hours a week, but the wellness stuff that we offer is kind of maybe a more relaxing day from them. They don't have to get into the full-fledged diagnostics of every patient. So, and then Mondays we have Dr. Atwood is starting. She actually works full-time for Rascal Unit. So we kind of have a good mix of doctors. We don't have just one. So the nice thing that's I think really cool is I have 3 doctors that we can get together with on one particular case. And then all of these doctors also handle any issues that we may have with our shelter animals.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
I needed to know more about what all you were doing in the wellness clinic. So that's good for me to know, since we do have a dog that we adopted from you guys. So
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that we do. And if there's something that we don't offer in the clinic, we have referrals where we'll refer you to like Amanda Animal Hospital. Maybe if we really think you need an X-ray, or it's just something kind of more beyond our scope. But I started as like, hey, we're going to do all these appointments with vaccines and do your heartworm test and get your flea and tick medication. And it's really turned into a lot more than that. So there haven't been a lot of people that have called in and we've had to turn them away for whatever they're asking. So always first give us a call to find out if what you're needing or what you think you need, if it's something that we can do.
okay. I also wanted to tell you, Corey, that since you're a Chamber of Commerce member, if you have this information of all your different schedules, please send that over to us and we can put that in our weekly newsletter every week. So that's a good opportunity for you to get that out there, your information out too, especially since you're having trouble with Facebook right now.
Yes, Facebook is the devil right now. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I have these in like PDF that we can send you to.
Okay.
All right, what we got? 18. So I can always answer more questions anytime, but one of our most popular services that we started it was 4 years ago, is our grooming services. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to give my dog a bath. My dog doesn't like me giving her a bath, so I pay to bring my dogs here to the groomer. So we actually have 2 full-time groomers. They groom Monday through Friday. It's so popular that these guys, their regular clients know to just book their entire year. So we have clients that book their dog every 6 weeks. So unfortunately, it's got to the point where, not unfortunately, but I need to hire a 3rd groomer because both of our groomers are booked out for 2 months in advance. And I think you'll notice that if you have a dog that you take to a groomer, I think everybody in town, grooming wise, is just booked. But we do anything and everything with grooming, whether you have a dog like Rachel with short hair that just needs a bath, maybe even a slight de-shed. You'd be surprised how, and you're not, how much short-haired dogs shed. So we do like a de-shedding package, get rid of some of that stuff. It seems like everybody brings their golden doodle or their labradoodle here. So I don't know what to say about our shag to swag grooming, except those 2 groomers are busy nonstop. And then you can't beat, just as an example, Rachel's dogs, for example, to get a bath, a blowout, nail trim, ear cleaning, anal glands, and the de-shed package, and I know her dogs are in that probably 50 to 69 pound range, you're talking $50. And my dog fits in the same category, and $50 is well worth not wrestling. I have fallen in the tub before, so yeah, it's worth it to get on our grooming schedule. So, and then nail trim, something as simple as nail trims. I don't know how many of you have dogs that will try and eat you when you do nail trims. Obviously, our groomers offer that as part of their packages, but at the Humane Society, we offer walk-in nail trims anytime for $5. So there, you don't have to schedule an appointment at your vet if your dog doesn't like the trip to the vet. Whatever the case may be, we do tons of nail trims, and for $5 and you not get torn up or get eaten, or your dog be mad at you and decide to chew up one of your favorite pairs of shoes because you trimmed their toenails, that's what we're
Like
here
you're
for.
talking
So,
straight to me. Like that's exactly what happens. Can you take them outside and trim their nails so they don't have to go in and hear the cats and all that stuff? We do
No,
open air trimmers.
no, we don't.
Okay.
But I will say the biggest response from people is like, because they kind of come in nervous and they're like, hey, my dog's probably going to need a muzzle. But we don't have that issue. I mean, we do a 2-man team. Your dog usually gets a nice greeting and a warm bear hug, but we never have to put muzzles on dogs. I had a min pin back in the day where at one point my vet said, hey, you can't bring her in for a nail trim anymore. Because even with a muzzle on, she was miserable and she'd overheat or whatever. But these guys are amazing. I mean, it kind of looks like a rodeo going on sometimes, but it's better that we're doing that than you are doing that. So what else
Thank
we
you.
got? You're welcome. We even offer dog boarding. So I don't know if anybody's going on vacation this year, but who better to babysit your dog than the people that take care of 800 dogs a year? We have our own separate wing for dog boarding, so they're not attached to any of the shelter dogs. They have their own indoor-outdoor kennel. We offer our basic package where they're just in that kennel. They get fed however often you want, but $13 a day for a basic package. And then we have an $18 deluxe package where we have our own private section of our dog park. So our groomers and our shelter staff take your dog out 3 times a day and let them run around and play. So you got to keep that in mind too. We have 7 boarding kennels, and that's become pretty popular as well. So affordable, low cost. That's the goal for all those services. So if you guys want, as long as no one gets motion sickness, I can give you the tour of the vet clinic and the spay and neuter clinic that's going on if you'd like.
Sure, go ahead. I'm game.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Anybody have any other questions?
I do real fast. You did mention a golden doodle, and I have one, but he's mixed with Australian Shepherd. So he's got all kinds of crazy hair. So if he needed to come in for a full service trim, bath, all that stuff, what's the cost for that?
How much does he weigh?
Probably about 80 pounds.
My chart says $65. Now, once they come in, you know, because there's a lot of folks that don't brush out their dogs as much as they should. So if you got excess matting or knots and whatever, sometimes people ask the girls to brush them out, and if it's going to take an extra 2 hours to fully brush your dog out because you don't want it shaved down, then it'll be a little more. But, you know, we charge accordingly if we need to. But, yeah, $65 if you keep the dog fairly well maintained.
All right, thanks.
Okay. You're welcome. All right, let's do this little tour. You'll get the full-fledged tour if you join tomorrow, but you're going to get the half tour today. Let's get away from my ugly face here. Switch camera. Okay. I don't know when the last time any of you guys have been out here, but we just finished last month another expansion. So we blew out the front of the original building to now where we have a full service counter. We have 3 adoption rooms, and then we have separate entrance to our vet clinic. The girls aren't going to be happy with me. That's Jen. Gen 1. We have 2 Gens. So Gen 1, Gen 2. Gen 1's our shelter manager. We have one of our employees out on maternity leave. So Jen's stuck over here in the clinic. You know, wherever I tell her to go, she tells me she'll go, and then there we are. So our vet clinic is really this. So we have our doctor's office with all of our blood machines or medications, and then we have 3 exam rooms. So right now, the exam rooms are a little empty because we're still having, it's kind of hard to social distance in our exam rooms. So we are still currently having clients wait in their cars and the girls run back and forth to get your dog. But we'll figure that out eventually. Hope all this craziness goes away and we get a little back to normal. So there's the clinic for you. We're going to sneak out through boarding here. I guess I'll give you the tour. So this is our grooming area. Sash is cleaning right now. Oh, and then you'll be like the first public people to see. It's a mess, but I told you we installed a dental suite. So all new fancy machines so everybody can get their doggies' teeth cleaned. All right. These are our boarding kennels we were talking about. Hey, Diesel. Diesel's a good boy, but he'd probably bite you before anything. So he's a standard boarder. He doesn't get to go out on walks, so he just hangs out. Sneak out the back here. So the boarding dogs we were talking about, our dogs have their own private section, and then your boarding dogs. So we have our own private section of the dog park. They get to go out, run around and play as long as the weather permits. And then we're going to give you a little shot. So I told Rascal unit comes down from Dublin.
Corey, you're too far away from your Wi-Fi. I think you're stuck. It's a pretty good shot of the Rascal unit, though. Stuck. How long do we think it'll take to get him back?
Hopefully not long.
As soon as he walks back in the building, he's going to realize none of us are there. Hi, Henry. Hi, Lewis. Oh, shoot. There he is. Corey,
Sorry about that.
there you go.
So I forgot the Wi-Fi is not great back there. So
It's okay.
you guys didn't see, I was just going to show you all the dogs and cats waiting for their surgery, but the Wi-Fi in that building. So that was our quarantine building. So we host our clinics back there. Any of our animals not ready for adoption hang out back there. But you guys are going to see that tomorrow if you're on. That's what I got. If you have any questions, I can answer.
Anybody have any questions? I don't see any. Oh, wait. Stephanie said, how many dogs do you board at a time?
So there's seven boarding kennels. Some people, if they have two small dogs, they want them kenneled together, will sometimes have more, but usually like a maximum of 9 or 10. Just depends on the mix of dogs and sizes that we have at that point. But we have 7 kennels for boarding. How far in advance should you book? It depends on the time of the year. Just to give you an idea, do you have a vacation planned? You have a date?
Stephanie, you got a date?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple vacations planned, and I've never boarded my dog before, and I'm really nervous about it. So, Corey, can I pay extra and she can go home and sleep in your bed with you?
No, I don't even let my own dog sleep in the bed.
But you know, that's what I've been looking for, and nobody will do it.
I know. There's a couple, I think there's a couple people out there that offer in-home boarding in your home. I'm not sure that I would put my name on anybody because if you get robbed, I don't want to be associated with that. But usually, like, I'm looking at my schedule right now. June and July are basically almost booked. I mean, that's how busy we get. August is open, September, but usually a couple months in advance, or if you know it's peak vacation, like right after school's out, we're usually booked, starting from even right before Memorial Day. So we do get booked out a couple months in the summertime, and then even between like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So
Can you discuss the $18 package again, and like how much socializing they get with other people, or not other people, but humans,
Yeah.
or other dogs? Do they run with other dogs at the same time, or how does that work?
So unless they're here with like a sibling, they don't go out with any of the other dogs. It's just more of a safety issue or safety precaution. But the deluxe package, they go out for 15 to 20 minute walks, playtime, potty time, 3 times a day. So morning, early, mid-afternoon, and then the girls even come back in the evening, usually between like 7 and 10 o'clock at night, to let everybody out and do that again, even when we're not open. So they all get out at minimum 3 times a day.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Well, anybody else have any other questions before we cut it till tomorrow?
We're talking adoption tomorrow. Is everybody ready to add a new pet to their house?
I don't think we're going to be able to make it tomorrow. I'm sorry.
You can have your son pop back in.
That's what I'm afraid of. I think they would be an easy sell.
I plan on coming out and signing up my 2 new kittens for the spay and neuter clinic. I honestly think I'm being honest. I think I use it probably 6 or 7 times a year, whether it's doing strays around here or we seem to always get our own cats. So that is a service I really like. And yeah, I think it's very popular too, because I'm always, a couple months out getting on the list. But yeah, I probably use it 6 or 7 times a year.
Well, good. I'm glad. That's fantastic. It's we kind of, I don't know if it's a joke around here, but we don't get super excited for Rascal Days because it's a very, I mean, it's everybody's here 2 hours earlier than normal, and it's just kind of a crazy day, but it's something the community needs, and we're glad that we've been able to offer it, heck, for the last 12 years, I think.
Okay. I just wanted to really quickly remind everybody that is on that if they want to find out what's coming up in the next couple of months, you can find that calendar on our Board of DD website for virtual community. And also one other thing, I have someone on a phone that's the number 740-785-6158. If you could chat me who that is, just because we need to keep track of who's on and where they're from and all those things, that'd be great. Other than that, I think, Corey, thank you so much for being on today. I learned a ton. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have everybody here and we'll add some more on.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye, guys. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you.